Hollywood.
Well, look, I did a series in the '60s, the Big Valley Western, and then the '70s was 6 Mil, '80s was Fall Guy, and I've done about 7 total. But there comes to a point in life where you really want to pick and choose some nice, fun roles, more character pieces, something that you haven't done before. Because if you do a series for 6 years, you're doing the same character every day. It's not exciting really to come to work that much.
And they stop you sometimes from taking chances on big roles. One of the
well,
things,
yeah,
the Joe
my
Buck
film
Midnight Cowboy.
Well, that's true. I was doing the Big Valley, and the ABC had canceled the show after 4 years or whatever it was, and so I was in negotiations with the producers and the director of doing this role with my agent and everything, and then ABC decided to pick it up for another year. So I couldn't do the role. They wouldn't let me out of the series. And so they went and they found John Voight, and it was Midnight Cowboy, and it was an Oscar-nominated film.
How do you think your career would have changed if you had done that
Well,
film?
I really love John Voight, and he's had an amazing career also. But but if you put us side by side on film, how many hours I've spent on camera compared to maybe John, probably there's no comparison. Because if you're doing
an hour a week
for I'm in my 50th year, so I've probably been on camera a little more than him. But and also, being a movie actor, you're lucky maybe to 1 film a year back then. And if you're an actor, you want to work. Let's just put it down. That makes it easy. If you're an actor, you want to just keep working. So.
It's so fascinating to think about that role, and not to dwell on it, but it's such a different kind of movie, a different kind of project script than you're known for, than what you've done. I mean, the $6 Million Man, The Fall Guy, these are family television shows, and Midnight Cowboy was X-rated when it first came out.
That's true.
That's unbelievable. Were you uncomfortable with the idea of having to do that, possibly do that at the time?
If you're an actor, boy, I was jumping at doing the role, and unfortunately it didn't work out. But then my first introducing role came after that, which happened to be a Western with Charlton Heston. Probably the best thing he ever did, his best performance, was in a movie called Will Penny. And so that it all equals out. I've enjoyed my career. And
did you find that after doing the $6 Million Man and The Fall Guy and becoming a television star, it was harder to get roles, or was anyone seeking you for roles for stuff like Midnight Cowboy, things that were a little more edgy?
Yeah, but I wasn't really during those times. I wasn't really searching it, because I got to tell you, you do a series, you do back then we were doing 40 shows.